Good morning, everyone. This is Yo Dog, I Heard You Like Ponies, and today I'm going to do a little short review about the differences between the older G4s and these new Reboot G4s that have just started to appear in stores for the MLP movie. I know the collecting community has been a little torn between these. Some people really like the reboots. Some people really don't like them. They don't want to collect them. So I just want to do a very quick comparison video on them, just so you can see maybe what your opinion is about them. So the first pony we have to review and compare is Lyra Heartstrings. So the one on the left is the older style. This is from the 2012 brushables from the wedding series. And the one on the right is the reboot that just came out in 2017. So as you can see on the left, this, the regular G4 brushables that we were used to, she has very nice green hair, the same cutie mark. Her horn, as you can see, is quite smaller than the one on the right. The one on the right, the reboots have much larger horns and more expressive wings than the older ones. The hair quality is pretty much the same, if anyone was asking. I feel like it's just because these ones on the left were packaged like this, like it was curled and then it was attached to their tail. This one, the packaging made her hair kind of stand up like this, but the actual quality of the hair really doesn't seem too different for me. And here's a view from the front. As you can see that on the right, the Reboot series has a very expressive face. It's a little wider and the eyes are larger, and she has her mouth open and her hoof is up. It doesn't really make her hard to stand up. I feel like she stands up just fine with this. And to the left, her face is a little thinner, her mouth is not open, and her hooves are on all fours. Now, one thing I've been noticing about the newer Reboot series is that their legs, especially the back legs, are extremely thin. I'm just going to lift her tail up. You can see that they're very thin and kind of angular. They have this sort of like ridge that pops up, and the ones on the left do not. They have the same chubbier legs than the ones on the front. I don't know if this was cost cutting or to make them a little more, angular and expressive and such, but it's just something to notice. Now next up we have is Rarity. So the Rarity on the left is a little bit newer. She was released in 2015 with the Rarity's Booktique playset, so you can see that she has the little bit of larger head and the zap code on her left. And to the right is our Reboot series single that just came out, which discontinued the zap codes and is in a totally different pose. So here's the view from the front. As you can see, again, pretty much same hair color. I don't really see much of a difference in between them. Rarity's eyes are much larger on the right, as well as her horn is larger. And on the Reboot series, you can see that her hoof is pointing to her, like maybe she's taking in a compliment or something. Maybe she's eating a snack. I try to fit some play food in between there, but not much really fits. So here's just the comparison between the two Rarities. And now here is Pinkie Pie. Again, I'm going to keep the originals on the left and the reboots on the right. And you know what? She's more different than the other ones. You can see quite immediately that there is a big color difference between the Pinkie Pies. To the left, she's a nice, like, warm bubblegum pink, and she has a kind of like a medium pink mane color, as you can see. And the Reboot series, she's more of a lighter pink. I think there's a little bit of peach mixed in with that coloring, and her hair is much darker, more like a magenta. I believe that's more show accurate for her. She's not as a bright bubblegum pink in the body. And we go from the front again. Again, the right, the Reboot series, her eyes are very much larger, as you can see, than the left Pinkie Pie. And her leg is sticking out. That's the only leg that's sticking out on her, and the other front leg is a little bit more angled. Her mouth is open, and she's, on her way to party or to steal your man. And here's our last comparison shot, and really a blast from the past, is Princess Twilight Sparkle. On the left, we have one of her very first brushables released in 2010. This one was in her balloon playset, and this one, again, she's still a unicorn, and she actually still has her bangs. Remember when G4s had bangs? It was only for a very short time. I'll show you when I take the crown off. She has the fringe still, and these are a little rarer to find. They discontinued that pretty quickly, I think, because of cost. And on the right is our Reboot Princess Twilight Sparkle with her wings and everything. It's interesting to see that they still have the same crown accessory they've been using for about 7 years. And we have a view from the front. There's a slight color difference on her. I believe just because they got rid of the color and body mismatch that they had on the older ones. The plastic, I think, is a little bit different. So as you can see, they're two totally different colors. I don't know if you can see in this lighting. But that has been resolved. Other than that, she's pretty much the same coloring, that nice purple color. Some recent brushables actually have been more of a lilac, but I guess they switched over to this one again. Again, still with the larger horn, larger eyes, and a raised hoof, but this one actually does not have her mouth open. Alright, and here are all of the reboots on the right, compared to the older G4s on the left. I really hope you enjoyed this comparison video. Remember to like and subscribe, and place a comment for me down below. Let me know which ones you actually prefer. Do you like the ones on the left, the older ones, or the reboot ones on the right? And make sure to subscribe and check back for more pony videos. Thank you.